This is a quick introduction to the portfolio assignment, which will be due at the end of the semester. But you can get started now. So read this over, but in general, it's about being ready to talk to someone about your work and show what you've done in this class and document all of your experiences along the way. So we're going to collect a good representation of the experiences that you've had creating these assignments. And this is not a snapshot of the AutoCAD screen, like that black and white background or black background with the colorful layers. It's the final printout, black and white on a white background. So read through the instructions here and watch this video for ideas on how to pull that together for your course portfolio. So getting started, we can go to My Macomb, and I want to right here, and then here's your Office 365. In Office 365, some of you may have been here already. You can pick the apps button there at the bottom left, and then here are all of your apps. In fact, this is a good way to get to the OneDrive as well. So here's the PowerPoint. You can click on that. Once you click on that, you can pick Create a Blank Presentation. Yours might look a little bit different than mine. And now you have a blank presentation. Now, the way that Office 365 does this is that it saves it as you go. And if you have an external PowerPoint, you'll have a few more features to work with. But if you don't have the PowerPoint Microsoft package outside of Office 365, then this is a good second choice for collecting all of your images. Back in AutoCAD, you've opened up a file, and we want to be able to create a print preview and potentially a PDF. A PDF is a great idea for documenting all of your assignments. So go to the plot dialog box right there. Change your printer name right here to ACAD PDF high quality print. Then come down to this drop down where it says plot area, what to plot, and pick window. Now, if you've already created a window, then you don't go in this drop down. You would then click this window button right here. But if it's your first time coming into this dialog box to create the window, then you would pick that drop down. See, if I click it won't because I've already done it. So I'm going to go ahead and click the window button. And you have now this ability to click in space, pull your mouse across your object. You're creating like the piece of paper that you're going to print, and click. Make sure you have a check mark in center the plot at the bottom left. For now, we're going to print fit to paper. We're going to fit it to the paper. We want to, at the top right corner, change this to monochrome CTB, and you will have to pick yes to apply it to all of these layouts. Make sure that you pick apply to layout right there. Any changes that you do to this dialog box, when you pick apply to layout and it's grayed out, you know that it's saving those settings that you've just established. So pick the preview button and always preview at the bottom left and take a look at your drawing. If it looks good, great. If it doesn't look good because you want to fix it or something, then you can always escape out of this and go fix it and then come back because it's already saved. So once you pick preview, you can now either click the printer in the top left corner or right click and pick plot. It will show you that it's going to be called assignment 1 model or whatever the assignment is. And then you can navigate over to where you want to save it. I would suggest putting it in your OneDrive, but the OneDrive for Macomb or your personal one. Not the OneDrive that's on the computers in the computer labs, right? Because you won't be able to get it back. So I just put it under downloads, or it really depends on where you're working out of, right? So pick save, and now you have a PDF. Now, what that did was that created this image here. So I'm going to maximize it. You see how I have an image now? That's a PDF. At this point, it's really up to you and how you capture this image. There's so many different ways to do that. And one way is to use the clipping, snipping tools, it's called. So if you click down here under search and you start to type in snipping, you'll find snipping tool. So it depends also on which windows you have, because we used to, another choice when we used to click on print screen, the button on the keyboard called PRT and then SCR, it would take a shot of the whole screen, and then we would be able to paste it into whatever document, PowerPoint or Word. But now when you press print screen, you get into some kind of clipping, snipping tool. So you might as well just come over here and pick snipping tool. And now this is the new snipping tool. I can go ahead and click on new right there. And now I'm going to put a box around what I want to copy. So I'm going to hold my left mouse button down, hold your left mouse button down and drag it across and let go. It creates this image, and now it's up to you if you want to save it as a JPEG or you're creating your PowerPoint. There is an option here at the top right to just copy it, and you can copy and paste it. So because we already have a PDF, we don't really need to save it as a JPEG, although that is an option for other courses or things that you want to capture and you want to save it to a file with this snipping tool. I would recommend as a choice to go to copy right here at the top right inside the snipping tool, and then go back to your PowerPoint here. You can get rid of these, suggested text. I just drag my pointer across all of it and then delete it. But if you click on it and delete it, you'll have a blank screen, and then you can right click and pick paste. And now you have, this image in here. So for your portfolio, it's completely up to you if you want to put 2 images in one slide or have one image on each slide. I think 2 on each slide kind of works, because now you can move this around and resize it as long as it's not too small. This is you designing, your portfolio. And if you double click on the image, you'll be able to crop it. If you capture something and bring it in here, you can double click and crop it. Some older PowerPoints, you would double click, but you'd have to come up here to pick crop to kind of force it to crop. And I don't really like this designer over here. I like to close that out and it gives me more space. Now I'm ready for another slide. Let's say I put my other image in here and I need another slide. I can click right here under the first slides. These are the different slides on the left side. Click underneath it and then go to Insert and click this little arrow to bring in a new slide, and then go down to Blank right there, Blank. And this is your design, but we should really add a slide for a title. And I know that would be something that you do at the beginning, but we can do it now. We can click right here at the top of this first slide and insert a new one right here. Now, this is where I'm showing you how to bring text into any one of your slides. And so I'm going to click here under Insert, the text box. And when you click the text box, you can hold your left mouse button down and drag it across to create this text box. Now, you can put your cap locks on and call this AutoCAD course portfolio. And make sure that you put your name there. Now, changing the height, you can highlight that text height, that text, and change your height here. So maybe you want something a little bit bigger. You want maybe to underline it, make it bold, whatever you want to do. You can change the text font. This is your personal, course portfolio, so you can create it with your design options. Okay, so I'm going to highlight, your name. You would put your name in there and make that a little bit bigger. And like I said, you design this however you'd like. If you click on this box here, you can come up over here and change the alignment to be center. So you have it in the center, and then move this box around here as long as you have a title and you have your name. I might make this even bigger. You can bring in images here if you'd like to spruce it up a bit. I know my portfolio had a collection, like a collage of different things that I sent to my employers as kind of a summation of it, so they didn't have to go through the whole thing, but this is completely your design. In fact, maybe you take out the course and you just put that AutoCAD portfolio. That would be basic, right? So add whatever other information and images that you'd like to design your own personal portfolio, but you would need to have something that says what it is and your name. So the technology has changed slightly depending on what release of PowerPoint you have, or if you have Windows that's updated. But here, or if you're working in the OneDrive or externally, if you went to File, you'd have a little bit different look here. If it was externally, you'd be saving it and putting it in your folder like we do other places. But here, because we have at the top right, we're like working in the OneDrive, we can drop this list down to rename it. Here, type in your name and then AutoCAD portfolio. So your name and then AutoCAD portfolio. And it will automatically change the name. When you drop this list down and change your name here, you also have an opportunity to change the location. So you want to make sure that this is in the right folder for you to work with it, because so many people are working on their laptops or in Splashtop. Be careful if you're working on campus. You'll need to navigate over to the folder that you need to save it in. This would then be saved in your files in the OneDrive, but just make sure by clicking here to change the location. Click outside of that and it'll automatically start to save it as that file. And this right here is showing you that it's saving automatically. So when you're done, you have the option to go up to File, and we're talking about at the end of the semester. So when you're done at the end of the semester, or you want to just see how it looks and kind of like backup file, you can go to the File pull down right here, drop down, and you've got a couple of things here. You can create a copy. So if you create a copy and you download a copy, it's going to be a copy of this PowerPoint presentation, or you can export it and export it as a download as the final PDF. So if I click on that, it like says that it's ready. You can click download, and you see how it went up here in the downloads, and you can click on it. There's your PDF. So now I can open it up and take a look at what it looks like as a PDF. And at this point, you can download it as well, but it's already downloaded. It should be, let me just take a quick look. It should be, and I like to use File Explorer just to check and see where it's at. Yeah, see, so it's going to be in your downloads of your computer, and now it's PDF and ready to submit. So the idea of this is to capture all of your assignments and introducing it now so that you can capture them as you go, as you work on them. You'll be able to keep up with it and not have to do them all at the end when it's due. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to come back over here under modules, module 3 in this module 3 and 16, because we're introducing it in 3 and it's due later and at the end of the semester in 16 as our final project. And talk to the class and the instructor and ask questions if you need help.